Hi, welcome to the session introducing blockchain. We talked about the premise, problem faced by the businesses and markets in the previous sessions. Let me give you an introduction to blockchain technology that will help business solve those issues. First, let's take a look at the definition of blockchain. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a shared ledger technology allowing any participant in the business network to see the system of record, which is the ledger. Using this, we can establish business networks in which members can exchange items of value through a ledger and where each member possesses a copy of the shared ledger whose content is always in sync with the others. Now, let's talk about the two key concepts supported by blockchain. The first one is to support the business network. And how does blockchain do that? Blockchain does this by providing a decentralized peer-to-peer architecture with nodes consisting of market participants, for example, banks and security firms. Blockchain also uses a protocol that peers validate and commit transactions in order to reach consensus. The second one is how it supports shared ledger. Blockchain acts as a source of truth for businesses doing transactions. Here are a few actions performed by blockchain to support shared ledger. Blockchain records all transactions across the business network. Blockchain shares the ledger among the participants. Blockchain replicates the ledger so that each participant can have their own copy. Blockchain makes the shared ledger permission so all of the participants can only see their appropriate transactions. Often, these companies can use multiple ledgers for multiple business networks in which they participate. Blockchain can be used for recording and totaling financial transactions across these ledgers. Now let's talk about types of blockchain technologies available in the market. There are two types of blockchains, public blockchain and private blockchain. Public blockchain is also called permissionless ledger or unpermissioned ledger, and private blockchain is called permission ledger. What is permissionless ledger or public blockchain? A permissionless ledger or unpermissioned ledger allows anyone to contribute data to the ledger with all participants possessing an identical copy of the ledger. Since there is no single owner of the ledger, this methodology is more suitable for censorship resistant applications. For example, Bitcoin. Here are a few additional items that need to be considered while using permissionless or public blockchain. In this type of blockchain, we cannot trust anyone and we need anti-hacking mechanism because if more than 51% of the network is controlled by one group, then it could be hacked. This also means that this type of blockchain can be as slower as there is a good need for waiting for consensus to validate a block and then get an agreement on the network. What is permissioned ledger or private blockchain? Permissioned ledger allow for distributed identical copies of ledger, but only to a limited number of participants. As the network may have an owner, this methodology is better suited for applications requiring simplicity, speed, and greater transparency of participants in the network. Here are a few additional items that need to be considered while using permissioned blockchains. In this blockchain, we trust everyone as there is a central administrator to control the entry to the network. This also means that it is faster as the type of blockchain needs validators on the network for an agreement. Also, we have better irreversibility and control. Permissioned blockchains available in the market are Hyperledger Project, Eris, and Ripple. What are the key attributes needed in business networks that blockchain technology can provide? Blockchain technology can provide these four capabilities that can lead to increased efficiencies and cost reduction across the business network. Look at the first block highlighted in red, the shared ledger. What are the benefits of shared ledger that helps the business? Shared ledger acts as a source of truth for business doing transactions. Shared ledger records all the transactions across the business network. Shared ledger allows transactions to be shared between the participants. In shared ledger, participants have their own copy through replication. Shared ledger is permission so participants can only see their appropriate transactions. Shared ledger acts as the system of record in blockchain. Now let's go to the second block highlighted in green, smart contract. What is smart contract? A smart contract enables the business rules implied by the contract to be embedded in the blockchain and executed with the transaction. A smart contract can include a digital asset, which is anything that has an owner and can be converted into a value. Digital assets can be tangible or intangible. Here are few advantages of smart contract. A smart contract can include a digital representation of a set of business rules. With smart contract, we can add business rules that form the transaction. A smart contract can be encoded in any programming language. A smart contract can be verifiable, signed and encrypted. A smart contract guarantees future execution. For example, define a contractual condition under which a corporate bond transfer occurs. Now let's look at the third block highlighted in orange, privacy. Let's talk about how blockchain provides privacy. Blockchain provides the ability to protect records with a personal digital signature. Blockchain generates a public and private key to seal that record. In blockchain, records are encrypted, hashed, and sent to the network of validating nodes. Unique IDs are generated for each customer. Unique IDs, for example, can be invoices and reference numbers. Although the ledger is shared, sometimes participants require few additional capabilities. These additional capabilities can include private transactions and identities that cannot be linked to the specific transactions. So these transactions need to be authenticated, and cryptography is the key to these processes. This implies user registration to build trust network and access permission via certification management, and that is provided by this new technology. Now let's look at the fourth block that is highlighted in blue, which is consensus. What is consensus? Entries in the ledger are synchronized to all the ledgers in the network. Consensus ensures that these shared ledgers are exact copies and lowers the risk of fraudulent transactions, since tampering would have to occur across many places at the exact same time. To provide consensus, here are few capabilities that are provided by blockchain. First one is the agreement to the transaction and validation via the peer network. Second one is the rules to validate these transactions. And the third is the trusted and trustless participation commitment at the low cost. IBM blockchain uses a pluggable consensus system to meet the needs of different industry segments. And now let's take a look at other benefits provided by blockchain. First one, the time. How does it save time? When everyone on an exchange can view the same ledger, it's very important to broadcast an intention by appending to it. For example, in a trading network bidding process, all the bids would be visible to every network participant. Second, cost. It removes the cost by automating trusted processes. Unlike a centralized system where only the network operator can create a generalized solution that fits every user's needs, blockchain network allows each participant to create customized solutions using their own proprietary business logic while running on the same common ledger. The third, which is risk. It reduces the risk, ensuring trusted record keeping. By design, no one party can modify, delete, or even record to the ledger without the consensus from others on the network, thus making the system useful for ensuring the immutability of contracts and other legal documents.